Youth homelessness. Youth homelessness is the problem of homelessness of young people around the globe. Overview. Overview. Youth homelessness is a significant social issue globally, both in developing countries and many developed countries. In developing countries, research and prevention has mostly focused on street children, while in developed countries, central concerns in the research and prevention of youth homelessness include breakdown in family relationships and other causes that lead to young people leaving home. The term street children also includes street workers who are not actually homeless. The exact definition of youth homelessness varies by region. In the United States, a homeless youth is someone who is under the age of 21 and is unable to safely live with a relative and has no other safe alternative living arrangement. In Australia, there are three categories of homelessness, which include those who live from one emergency shelter to another in homeless shelters or couch surfing at friends' homes, as well as those living in accommodation that falls below minimum communi. Homeless people and homeless organizations are sometimes accused or convicted of fraudulent behavior. Criminals are also known to exploit homeless people, ranging from identity theft to tax and welfare scams. These incidents often lead to negative connotations about homeless youth. Australia. Youth homelessness in Australia is a significant social issue, affecting tens of thousands of young people. In 2006, the Australian government estimate, focusing on homeless school children, found some 20,000 homeless youth between the ages of 12 and 18. Another estimate found approximately 44,000 homeless Australians under the age of 25. Activists maintain that the majority of young people leave home because of family breakdown, often caused by domestic violence and abuse. Swinburne University researchers found that over $600 million is spent each year on health and justice services for homeless youth. Researchers have studied the prevalence of psychological distress and mental illness among homeless youth in Australia. Some experts argue that early intervention services are an effective way to curb youth homelessness. Other researchers have examined the potential solution of youth foyers. Canada. In Canada, youth homelessness is recognized as a significant social issue. However, no nationwide strategy or study has been conducted. Some researchers focus on the effects of homelessness on young LGBT Canadians. Others focus on various factors of physical and mental health among Canada's homeless youth. United States. In the United States, homeless youth are a varied group. Some researchers maintain that around 2 million young people in America are homeless. Health risks. Health risks. Youth homelessness is often accompanied by high-risk behaviors like sex without a condom and drug use. This happens at a much higher rate than young people who have a stable living situation, even though the risk of infection is much higher for homeless young people. Studies have found that only 46% had been tested recently, suggesting that homeless youth are not any more likely to get tested for sexually transmitted infections (STI) than their peers. A history of neglect and abuse is common for youth who become homeless, so they often have a deep distrust of adults and other authority figures. Adults wanting to help these vulnerable young people will need to prove themselves to be trustworthy if they want to maintain any sort of lasting connection with them. Effective connections have been formed through offering free STI testing. While outreach for interviews saw a retention rate of less than 40%, readily available comprehensive health care will help address STI infection rates and problems of social isolation for this population.